All right, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Listen, happy Saturday to everybody. We just want to touch this real quick, man, and get it in and get out, man. Come on in, everybody, man. Happy Saturday to everybody, man. How is everybody doing? Listen, we had a long week, man. We are one day closer. I believe it's 43 days, if I'm not mistaken. That's Troy Polamalu's number, 43 days until USC gets this thing on and popping, on and cracking. Listen, I just kind of wanted to tap in just for a minute. There was something that crossed my mind. You guys already know, man. When it crossed my mind, I drop it like it's hot. I can't help it. I got the what you call the can't help it. And, I've been out all day, but when I came back, I wanted to talk about and touch on this defensive line. You guys see the title, man. Built to bully, man. And I know that's a bold statement for a lot of people. I believe with all my heart that this coaching staff, they were intentional about building this team, building it to bully. And I'm talking about the defensive line. Look, man, when you're talking about the depth, listen, man, it's really go time. It's on the popping, it's on the cracking. So I'm going to open it up. But here's what I think. Years prior to this year, you guys know the defensive line has not been the strong point of this team. However, when you look at it now and you couple it with the guys that we got, the freshmen that we got, I believe that this is the strength of the team. Look, we could talk about, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can hit me as well. I'm going to greet some people. I'm going to open it up for comments, but you guys can tell me there's several people that think maybe the safety room is the strength of this team. Maybe the linebacker room is the strength of this team. I believe this defensive line is the strength of this team, and it's built to bully. And it may seem like a bold statement, but when I look and I examine the actual depth right now for this USC defensive line, it really could be scary. And it's so crazy how you look at it from a national perspective. Analysts, they totally skip over the fact. I think they always revert back to what Lincoln Riley and the defensive line used to be, opposed to what it actually is right now. And when you couple that with some of the 2025 guys that we got coming in, these guys are absolutely built to bully. So let me grease a lot of these people real quick that are coming in real quick. Happy Saturday to everybody. Raul, what's the word, my man? How you doing? Joe, how you doing, man? Big Sean, what's the word, big dog? Happy Saturday. Joe, how you doing? Man, it's kind of iffy right now. We'll talk about some of that too. It's iffy right now with Wingfield. It looks like it may be 50-50. You guys know I just brought you that video, talked about how he may not be eligible right now. We'll see what happens. Let's keep him lifted up in prayer. I just kind of wanted to hit this real quick, man. I got, believe it or not, I got Saturday night Sunday school. I still believe in it. You guys know I love God, I love his word, and I still believe in Sunday school. But I said, look, let me touch on this real quick and say, big dog, what's the word? What's the word? While at the spring game, the D-line looks absolutely, man. You're absolutely right, bro. Carolina Trojan, happy Saturday to you. So, look, I'm going to open it up. But when I really start reflecting, let me get some of these. Matt, I hope he gets some playing time. I'm not sure who you're referring to. You guys might have been having a conversation. What it do? Hey, what's up, family? How you doing? I skipped all kind of comments. USCJ, let's go. O-line is a big issue. That, if anything, right now, that is a concern. But as I stated during the DJ Wingfield video, DJ Wingfield video, I specifically said that I feel like, and I'm gonna tell you guys this: the only way a lot of these guys get actual experience on the playing field, is if they get in there. So I think guys like Michael Benuelos, man, you can't sleep on him. Of course, you can't sleep on Justin Tuano as well, because he came in for Elijah Page. He did his thing. So I think, these guys will get the experience, man, in the event that DJ Wingfield can't get in there. And don't forget, man, like, even though Michael Benuelos, he could play center, I believe he's a guy that could come in there as well as Justin. Both of those guys could play the guard spot. So we'll see what happens. But right now, I'm saying the strength of this team right now is the D-line. I just think overall as a whole, if I had to pick one unit for the overall strength of this team, and the way they built it, we got guys coming back such as, of course, Kobe Pepe. But of course, I think the leader of this team, defensive line wise, is going to be Devin Tompkins, hands down. You guys can drop the comments. We'll talk about that. But even guys, of course, returning like a Braden Shelby, Cam Fountain, I mean, we got multiple guys, even guys like Elijah Newby that's moving over to the edge, coupled with some of the other guys. Carlon Jones, you cannot forget about him. He was injured last year, but I think a guy like Carlon Jones is even going to do his thing as well. He's going to be plugging up the middle. And, of course, you got the two big transfers that are absolutely incredible, John Jarrett, K-John Silver as well. Let me greet some more of these people because I'm missing all kinds of comments in here. What's up, family? Hey, Big Dog, what's the word? Jamie Perez, what's up, man? How you doing? Major improvements up front. Absolutely. Let's see. James Booker. What's up, family? How you doing? Matt, people sleeping on us. Man, listen. For all you guys know that Gus Cordova was on this show. And I'm telling you guys this. As far as the freshmen that are coming in, whether it's Gus Cordova, and I said this on a couple of shows, Gus Cordova coming off that edge, it would not surprise me. You guys saw the energy when he was on this show. He looks absolutely insane, like his intensity, his level of intensity and the way he moves and grooves. And then not only that, you couple his intensity with his confidence. Everybody don't have confidence like that. That man has confidence. And the stories I heard also about Floyd Boucard, how he's impressing his will. He's posing his will on individuals in practice already as a freshman. And Cash Jacobson, him as well. Like, people don't really understand about the level of depth. Let me open this up. I'm going to put the link in here, man. You guys can tap in, man, if you guys want to come in. The link is down there. But I'm going to go through some of these guys real quick. We're going to be pretty good. I think so. Now, somebody asked me today about a record. And, you know, I kind of asked somebody else about the record, too. I'm going to give a record prediction, but I'm going to tell you this, man. And this is the way I've always felt, especially with this USC team, especially this year. USC could be one of those teams that is going to surprise the heck out of people. And it's even when I look at games such as Oregon, when I look at games such as Notre Dame, it's hard for me to go against our guys that are, and I know that our defensive line, being the strength of our team, I believe they can hold it down for us. And I told somebody today when they asked me, because one individual, and I understand why, because, I mean, when you look at the total games, he has us only losing one game. I like the fact that he only has us losing one game. And that one game is against Oregon. But, I personally, I'm not ready to do that yet, man. The closer I get to this season starting, the more I feel confident. And I just don't. I'm not ready to put those things in the atmosphere right now because I feel like this team is built different. I feel like, and even listening to some of the the language that's coming about the strength and conditioning coach, I believe these guys are built different. Now, real quick, do you guys? I told somebody today, how many times you gonna see 6 teams? Well, yeah, 6 games lost, and they were all in the fourth quarter. I really believe with all my heart that the strength and conditioning coach, he's going to add that extra fuel to our fire. And you couple that with some of the guys that we got. I just believe that with all my heart. So, we'll see what happens. But I do know the Oregon game, I understand. And, I was talking to somebody else about this Nebraska game. Nebraska is a sleepy, tricky game. I know a lot of people talk about Illinois. I'm just talking to, look, the environment to me, the environment is going to be crazy. That stadium is crazy. The fan base is crazy, and they're not just a sorry team. They're gonna come with it after having. Do you guys remember when Ohio State played Nebraska last year? I watched that game closely. I think the final score was like 18-17 or something crazy, and it was at Ohio State. It was a crazy close game. I thought Nebraska was gonna pull away with that game. It looked like it was the Big Ten. They have some crazy suspect calls. But I thought Nebraska was going to try to squeeze that game out. And I'm telling you, I'm not sleeping on none of these teams. I watch all of our games closely. I watch some of our opponents closely. I'll do a schedule prediction. I'm going to open this up. Let me finish greeting some people. Joshua, what's up, Joshua? I'm feeling that. Oh, man. Hey, I appreciate you, family. Definitely appreciate you, man. Who's hiring a lawyer? The NCAA is not being they're not being transparent. The NCAA is lost in the sweet and sour sauce. Big time. Can't wait to see this O-line. I think they can be very good this year. I think the O-line is going to gel together, man. We know that the defensive line gave them a run for their money. Those who were at the spring game, and it was only a few. It was closed in, but I had some information. I saw a couple of things as well. The defensive line. Here's my theory and my thought process. I believe, and this is what I mean, built to bully. I believe that this defensive line was built in such a way that it gave our O-line some problems, but I think it's going to give a lot of people's O-line some problems. I don't think it's just our O-line that's going to get the problems, with our defensive line. I believe that they're structured. They're structured that way. Don't forget about Jakeem Stewart. Like, we have so much depth on the defensive line now, and I just went through a couple of guys, and I will continue to go through a couple more. Jakeem Stewart, that dude he's going to get in there. He's going to get in there and move and groove. And all of the freshmen, these are not normal. I'll call these guys super freshmen. Jakeem Stewart, Floyd Buchard, Cass Jacobson, Gus Cordova, all of these guys, I'm calling them super freshmen right now because they are not normal by any means. Anybody saw that clip? If anybody saw that clip of Cass Jacobson, the way he absolutely, I can't remember who that was that he smashed on, but man, that dude looks crazy too. So I'm calling them super freshmen, and I think that the super freshmen are going to come in there and move and groove. And here's the problem that we had. We went all the way to the fourth quarter. Let's think about it. Michigan, we went to the fourth quarter, and it wasn't that we didn't have good players because you don't go to the fourth quarter. Michigan, don't forget, Michigan beat Ohio State last year. You think Michigan have depth? You think they weren't good in the trenches? Absolutely. You don't go to Ohio State and win that game, but then you see USC able to compete with them. We just didn't have enough for the fourth quarter. That's the difference maker. The difference maker is the fourth quarter added depth that we have, and coupled with some of the returning guys, coupled with the transfer portal guys. That's going to give USC enough depth to push us through, coupled with the strength and conditioning coach. You guys already know, I think it was Devin Talk or somebody that kind of alluded to the fact that, look, they could tell the difference with the strength and conditioning. All of those things matter. All those things make a difference, man. I'm going to open this up to you guys, man. You guys can come on in. If you don't come on in, I'm going to get ready and go to my Sunday school, lesson. You guys know I still believe in Sunday school, believe it or not. I know that's like history to some people, but hey, I still believe in Sunday school, but I do it on Saturdays though. It's called Saturday Night Sunday School. Don't forget about. Oh my God. I didn't forget about him. I did forget about him. Forgive me. Joshua Shaw. Yeah, listen. Before Anthony Lucas got hurt, that dude looked like a dog. We got our first caller, man. Let me tap in real quick. Raul, what's the word?
Hey, what's up, Jay? How's it going, man?
Man, how you doing? Hey, listen, man, everybody, make sure you guys tune in to Light the Torch podcast. You can find Raul there. We need to talk some boxing too. I just saw where
appreciate the shout out, Jay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So look, man, what's your thoughts?
Like I mentioned, Brandon and I went to the spring game / whatever they want to call it. The defense looked like the real deal.
Absolutely.
Like you mentioned, Jakeem looks like he's ready. He's not going to redshirt or anything. He's ready to make some noise this year.
No, that's real talk. And that to me is almost that alone to me is almost a given, Raul. I think he's just built different, but I think this whole 2025 class, they're not, I call them the super freshmen for a reason because they're not built normal. Cass Jacobson, he looks different. I don't know if you remember that clip. They put it on USC football, but he absolutely drove somebody back and looked crazy. And then Floyd Buchard, man. That guy, I've been hearing, I saw some clips. I've been hearing a lot of great things that he could surprise and shock a lot of people. And is that all the freshmen? Yeah, I believe those are the super. Yeah. I call them super freshmen.
The freshmen, and then we were talking to Carlon after the game, and he said he said it himself. This D line is 10 times better than last year.
That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. And I think even Carlon, as I mentioned earlier, I think the fact that Carlon is healthy now. Carlon wasn't healthy at all last year, but he is a 20 pound, 20 pound body, man. You put that in there, the drop off is not going to be there. And Penn State game, yes, it was some questionable decisions, but at the end of the day, when you have a strong defensive line, that's going to cause some havoc. That's going to give our offense more time on the field, and it's going to give the defensive line more time to rest. Man, what you think about that?
No, I agree with you in what you mentioned. We lost very close games in the fourth quarter, and part of that was, yeah, some of it could have been, some coaching mishaps from Riley, but I put the majority of it on just not having that depth on the defensive side or on both sides of the ball. We were just too tired by the time the fourth quarter came in, and that's where the depth this year is going to make a big difference. And we're instead of losing those games, we're going to end up winning those games.
No, that's facts. And I know there are a lot of people that some people are not. I'm high on Mayava, and I feel like if he could just I'm gonna just keep reiterating and keep driving home this point. If Jaden Mayava could give us the first half, most of the Notre Dame game except the last 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever, and then the second half of the Texas A&M game, it's going to be hard if he gives us that type of performance all year long. That he might be one of the he's a low key Heisman contender, and who how can we lose? It'd be almost impossible.
Yeah, and I haven't fact checked this, but I believe one of the guys, Brandon or someone, had mentioned that Mayavo was coming from like a knee injury the year prior or some type of minor surgery on the knee, so he wasn't fully healthy. So I think this year he's going to be healthier. A second year under Lincoln Riley, the playbook's going to open up, so he's going to come in with a fresh start. So I personally think Mayava's going to do great this year, and like you say, he's going to be a dark horse for a Heisman. Any Lincoln Riley QB should be in the running for a Heisman.
No, that's facts. I totally agree with you, man. And I do want to see. I want to see a little bit. I'm gonna say the same thing like I said about Miller Moss last year and Jaden Mayava. I want to see maybe some packages maybe a few packages just to get his feet wet with Hassan Longstreet. You want to see him and just kind of get acclimated to the college football game. Hey, before you go, real quick, man, and we'll I know you're in the boxing. We'll talk about that another time, but I just kind of want to throw a couple of things out there. We know we got the Crawford Canelo coming up, but this Alexander Usyk just beat DeBose a few minutes ago. But who was the fight? My mind went blank just that quick.
You're talking Pacquiao Barrios today?
Pacquiao Barrios? Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, Pacquiao's fighting right now in a little bit.
On man, I did not know. On Dozen or where's he fighting on?
I have to check the network. I don't know. I'm gonna go to my cousin's house right now to go watch it. I don't know the exact
You might have to check that out.
location,
Okay.
but it'll or
I'll get it. I'll find it.
But he'll fight tonight.
Okay. All right, man. Well, yeah. No, I'm trying to. It was somebody else. It just my mind went blank. But I got to stay on this football stuff.
Before I head out, I know a lot of fans are concerned about our O-line. I'll just say this, and I've said it in our show a few times in the past. But I personally believe that our O-line is going to be facing our D-line every week and throughout the off season, and that's probably going to be the best D-line they face the entire season. So that alone is going to help them get better by the time we face our tougher competition in the second half of the schedule.
That's a fact. Iron sharpens iron, and that's one of the things that I really want a lot of people to really understand, that this is going to be the best. This is probably going to be the best defensive line that they face, and I think, man, we might see a better offensive line than what people realize, man. And I can't sleep on some of the guys that we already have. I just believe with all my heart that the only way you get experience is actually getting in the game. And so for guys like Benuelas, guys like Justin was already in there for the Texas A&M game, but he can absolutely fill that slot. And along with a lot of other guys that we have, man, we have so many guys that are young guys, Makai Sayana, Harry Trader, a couple of other guys. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm thinking we're gonna be good, man. And the offense is gonna feed off the defense this year. I think that's the way this is gonna work. This is the way the season's gonna be energized, and it's gonna be go time, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great season, and Jay, I appreciate you having me here. Fight on. Have a good weekend.
Man, I appreciate you. You guys going on tomorrow?
Yeah, we are
So look,
5:30 Pacific.
okay. So look, like the Torch podcast, man. You guys can find Raul over there with Brandon, Jackie. I gotta order my chain. I started to order it the other day. But yeah, I appreciate you, Raul.
All right, Jay, fight on.
All right, fight on. All right, man. So look, listen. If nobody else wants to come in, I'm gonna get ready and jump to my Sunday school lesson and get it popping that way. Get myself together for service tomorrow. But look, I wanted to tap in just for a minute. I really didn't want to go over 30 minutes. I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts and really let you guys understand that. Look, this defensive line is the real deal, and I believe that this defensive line is really built to bully. And as a result, I think the defensive line is gonna help set the pace for this USC football team. Excuse me. I believe they're going to be the major contributor factor to why we see a lot of success. Excuse me. You guys know when you get sacks, you guys know when you get penetration, it fuels the whole football team. And I think we're going to see that. We're going to see the sidelines fuel. We're going to see everybody. So look, man, you guys hit me in the comments, man. You guys tell me what you think. Man, Jamie, what's the word? You call him Pedro's on here, but James, what's the word, man? How you doing? Stop with the O-line being an issue. We haven't seen them in action. They will take care of business. Who are you talking about? I think the O-line is going to be good. Who are you? You must be referring to somebody in the comments. I think they're going to be straight. I think these guys are going to have experience. But I know you got to be talking about somebody in the comments. But I agree with you, though. Brian, what's the word? I'm getting choked up. Excuse me. Those players have no experience. How do you know they are going to be? I think, listen, hey, Joe, I think the best experience, man, just like whoever that was, I said that, OLJ, the best experience is getting out there, man. I want you guys to equate it to anything you guys done in life. You guys really don't know how to get on with it, really get out the speed of the game until you actually get in there, man. So I truly believe these guys. These guys were 4 stars. A lot of these guys were 4 stars that are on our roster from an O-line perspective. And I think some of these guys are going to be all right. Let's get in there and see how they do. How do you know? They had no I see who you're going back and forth with now. We're going to be good, man. AZ, what's the word, man? Happy Saturday. I'm about to get off this phone because I'm choked. Defense can run. Absolutely. Let me get out of here because I'm about to. Eli Sanders, Wayman Jordan will produce what Woody did and more. And don't forget about Brian Jackson. I believe we got a trio. I totally agree. It's a trio. I'm literally lost in the sauce. Joe, I agree with you. However, I think they'll take care of business. Just good enough to get us. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think the defensive line is going to feed. The offensive line is going to feed off the defensive line. It's going to set the pace, man. You guys, don't forget, the morale of guys is so much different when the energy is different, when success is happening. I believe that the defensive line is going to set the pace for that. And as a result, we're going to see the offensive line feel off that. They're not going to want to drop the baton or drop their portion of what they're supposed to be as far as the contributing factor of this team. I promise you, I think everything is going to come together as it relates to them as well. Look at K-State's line. Played the past few years, pretty impressive because of they were in top tier shape. Yes, and very physical. Totally agree. You're absolutely right. Tad Bowden knows how important the O-line is. The thing is, yeah, you're right. And you know what? And to your point, Dave, do you remember Chad Bowden had an interview at USC, and he was talking about a practice. Do you guys remember he specifically said, I'm looking at USC's talent. This is not verbatim. I just kind of want to just tell you exactly kind of what he was saying. He said, I'm looking at USC talent, and it looks no different than basically, I can't remember his exact words, but basically he was saying, basically looking like some of Notre Dame's talent. Now, that came from Chad Bowden. That didn't come from me. So you know he knows, to your point, Dave, he knows how to recognize and identify talent. I just think the talent, to your point about the K-State strength and conditioning coach, I just think that he's going to give us that extra boost. He's going to give us that extra strength and conditioning that USC is going to absolutely be able to move and groove. I mean, I really believe that with all my heart. Albert, what's the word? Big J, my grandpa grad from Nebraska, and he knows I'm a USC fan. He says Nebraska's TK run over us. I was left. Man, you got the words all kind of bobbled up around here. So, but I think I understand what you're saying. But shout out to your grandpa, man. Tell your grandpa what's up. And Albert, man, I appreciate you tapping in. Slap happy, fight on. Hey, you know, for real. Hey, Anthony, what's the word? Gus is going to rack shop. Yes, he is. That dude is a machine. He absolutely is. I'm gonna answer some of these and I'm gonna get out of here. I need some water. We have to keep our players developed. Absolutely. Deb. Zap, what's the word, man? Sigma. Dave, Chad brings in whoever coach wants him. Yes, he does. Defense travels. Run game travels. Big J, Grandpa's did I get that? Huge Husker fan. He says they're going to, I guess, run all over us. Hey, you know I got big love for you, man, and shout out to your grandpa. But hey, I'm gonna tell you though, man. Like I said early on in the show, Nebraska's gonna be one of those sleepy tough games, and I believe that, man. I watched them play against I think it was Colorado last year. My God, did they drag them in the mud? They beat the crap out of Colorado. But here's what I'm gonna say. Nebraska, to me, the way I view Nebraska, as far as environment-wise, I view them the same way as I view Oregon. Environment, not the talent, but the environment. That is a hostile environment. Like Notre Dame is going to be hostile. Nebraska is going to be hostile. I hear a lot of people talk about Illinois is going to be a tough game, which I think, you know, I don't think the environment is going to be tough, but Illinois is a physical team. While I watched them beat up on South Carolina, who coincidentally, that good quarterback that plays for South Carolina, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Listen, Illinois was taking care of business against them. So I think that they're going to be a tough game because they got some tough, hard-nosed. Brett beat them up. I think they got some players, but they're physical. And I think we're going to have to come with it for them, not the environment, but for them along with the team. But Nebraska, that environment is going to be crazy. They wear all red. They kind of remind me of Wisconsin. You know, Wisconsin plays that jump around stuff all over the stadium, but that environment is crazy. I think Nebraska environment is just like that. So Oregon, Nebraska, Notre Dame, and Illinois, because of the physicality, I think those are going to be like the four toughest games. But I think every game is winnable, man. And as I stated, I'm going to do a schedule prediction, but I just can't bet against our team. Knowing how the coaching staff that we have assembled together, knowing how these guys built their bodies, and, you know, we'll see what my schedule prediction is going to be. But I'm having a hard time just even wanting to even try to attempt to because I feel like if I say we're going to lose this game, we're going to lose that game, I feel like I'm not giving our guys a chance. And Lord knows, I got faith in each and every one of these guys. And yes, I'm going to be realistic, but I believe that our defensive line is built to bully this year. And I stand on that. And that's why it's even more so hard for me, because I feel like if I pick against them, I feel like it's not giving our guys a chance. And I really can't stand on what I mean by built to bully. So, you know, we'll see what happens as far as my schedule prediction. But I feel like this defensive line is legit, and it's going to carry us through. And it's going to help us build momentum all throughout this season. Let me get to some of these real quick. Ryan, what's up? This is going to be an interesting season. Curious to see how the NCAA is going to try to – man, the NCAA is lost in the sauce, bro. For real. They are lost in the sauce. You know what? You know what's crazy is they getting burnt. And whenever you try to – the crazy thing is whenever you operate kind of dirty anyway, it always comes back to bite you. And I'm not going to say that the NCAA, I'm just allegedly saying some things. Excuse me. I'm lost in the sauce. But my thing is, they could have had structure all the way in play, but they let it get so far. Now it's essentially like now Congress is getting ready to possibly step in. The president of the United States, man, I don't even. It's crazy. Who would have ever thought the president goes try to step in for NIL? They could have had structure in place, but they let it go this far. How crazy is that? NCAA ignores everything. Yes, and so that's why, man, listen, if it was up to me, the SEC and the Big Ten need to just branch off, put them in the whole chokehold, for real. Seems like this year the team is built to, man, thank you. I totally agree with you. We're absolutely built to beat Notre Dame. This defensive line is built. And for you guys who just coming in, excuse me, I'm lost in the sauce. I need some, excuse me, but who you guys are just coming in, the depth is built in such a way that you're going to see major improvements. Let me get to these real quick, and I'm going to get out of here. Slap happy. Hey, 1974 versus Notre Dame, my first. Wow. Hey, salute to you. Big salute to you. That was before I was born. The first INT by Jaden, the wide receiver. People don't want to admit that, man. People don't want to admit that. Notre Dame game, we pretty much, we were getting ready to score. We were getting ready to tie it up. And, well, you say slip. I felt like the defender extended his hand and caused him to slip. Well, he slipped and the defender extended his hand. I really felt like it was passing interference, but most people won't admit that. They act like they got selective amnesia, like they couldn't see that. I saw that, and I specifically said I was yelling at the TV, Jaden Mayava, that was passing interference, straight up. And then the last interception, of course he had to throw it up. I mean, it was a hope and a prayer to throw up so we could try to do something because, I mean, man, it is what it is. Most people don't want to, they don't want to admit that. They act like they got selective amnesia like that never happened. Thank you. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I'm already knowing. I think adversary. Oh my God. Hey, Johnny. Hey, forgive me if you're watching this and I forgot your name. I totally forgot his name. I didn't forget his name. I was supposed to be looking at this list and I kind of got sidetracked talking about, but yeah, you put him in there as well, along with some of the other freshmen. You're absolutely right. So let me get to this. Man, I'm trying to pull your comment up right now. Romy, thank you for gifting. Why can I see this? Why can I pull this up? Romy, I'm trying to pull this up. You gifted somebody, and I'm trying to pull it up. Can't send a super chat, but could send membership. Crazy. Wife asks why is Ella. Hey, man, you know, tell the wife to fight on. And thank you for gifting somebody what the members. I got this water, man. I need this water ASAP. Mark. I don't know, man. I didn't like the upside down LA hat, but guess what? When somebody give you something, you gotta represent. But I don't know. This is supposed to be the new style. I see a lot of people wearing it. I'm rocking it, and I'm gonna keep it moving. But tell your wife I asked the same thing. Why is the LA upside down? But I got it though, man. We represent today. It's still LA, USC colors. I got to get out of here, man. I'm choked up, lost in the sauce. Hey, thank you for gifting that. I don't know why I can't see it. Second IT was fourth down. Thank you. He absolutely had to throw the ball. Why don't, here's what I don't understand. Jaden Mayava threw for 360 yards, the most Notre Dame ever had on him all year long. So why do people act like, the man had success. He was hitting all kind of people. Why do people act like he didn't have to throw that ball on fourth down? He had to throw it somewhere. He was running for his life, right? And so he had to throw it. And I'm not making any excuses for him, but I see what Lincoln Riley sees. I see the potential. And I see what he did. Excuse me. God forbid he ever has a first half like he had against Texas A&M. But the second half, he settled down, and if we could get that, the second half performance, along with most of the Notre Dame game, we got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. And a lot of people are not going to admit that. Provided we get that. And so all we need is Jaden to settle down and just know that he has the tools, he has the skills. Listen, he was throwing dimes on Texas A&M. Hit Makai Lemon. You see how he hit Jacoby Lane up the middle, slants. Some people say, oh, Jaden Maiava won't throw up the middle. Jacoby Lane, slant, boom, up the middle, touchdown. So, listen, man, I think we got a lot of potential, and I think the potential is there. But I will say this: it's up to Jaden Maiava, the type of quarterback that he wants to be. He has the tools. He has the size. He has a cannon. But you just have to select the right places to throw. You have to make the right decision. So I'm good with it. I'm good with Jaden Maiava leading his team. I really am. I said 11-1. The Nebraska one is because we have 3 tough games. Yeah, that Nebraska, man, I just don't like the environment. But I'm not. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be tough. What's up, family? Melvin, how you doing? Kamasi, what's the word? I think he's healthy, man. I think Anthony Lucas is going to be back. I think he's going to be healthy. So, yeah. He's super mature strength. Supernatural strength, my bad. Yeah, he does have supernatural strength. He was beast mode with some people before he got hurt. And then in that Wisconsin game, I think the dude went low on him extra crazy. It's crazy. 9 wins minimum. No, for real. Raul, will you join? Yeah, man. Yeah. Slap Happy. Yeah, absolutely. Slap Happy B. I'll be seeing him a couple places, man. Shout out to him. He's Slap Happy is one of the Slap Happy been here for a minute, man. And now I haven't seen you in my comments, Slap Happy, in a minute. I'll be seeing you on the lives, but I haven't seen you in my comments on the videos. But shout out to you. Nichols, people, if you think this O-line is a problem, you have no idea about college football. Lucky for you. Hey, for real. I totally agree. Hey, Raul was on Light the Torch, Slap Happy. You know, if you tune in to Light the Torch, Brandon, Jackie Tan, and Raul and name slipped my mind. Those guys are on there. You need to tap in with them tomorrow night, man. Raul, 9-3 is the floor, but I think we can definitely, yeah, absolutely. There he is right there. Oh, yeah, he put it in there. Light the Torch. I thought that was Brandon for a minute. That's it right there. Hey, Dalen, fight on. Phil, I'm back in business, man. I was live with a couple of, I know you were. We need to have a conversation too. We'll have a conversation, Phil. So look, that's my last comment. I am choked up. Hey, Phil, I just came in after being out all day, man. So listen, man. This was totally not planned. You know how I do it, Phil. I drop it like it's hot. Man. And the thought crossed my mind while I was out and about. I feel like the D-line is going to be super, super strong. I got to go because I'm lost to the sauce. Happy Saturday to everybody, man. I am out of here, man. Until later on, listen, everybody, I'm getting choked up. Everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on. Oh, let me see. We need to do a joint podcast show before. You guys let me know when. You already know I'm with it. Now you will see the complete games and returning. All right, family. I am out of here, man. Happy Saturday to everybody. I got to get in my Sunday school. Fight on.